pinch myself and say, I am awake.
Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and keep it here for everything film. February 17th saw the release of Netflix's new psychological thriller, Behind Her Eyes. We were treated to 6 episodes in this limited series. There is a lot of hype surrounding this series, but does it live up to its potential? The story follows Louise, who is a single mother, and things take a dramatic turn when she starts an affair with her boss David. And things begin to get really twisted when she strikes up an unusual friendship with David's wife Adele. We get a pretty unconventional love triangle which quickly develops into a psychological dark hole of twists and turns. Louise starts to discover the secrets of David and Adele's past and slowly starts to unravel a web of secrets and lies. Let's start off with the acting. We have Eve Hewson as Adele, Tom Bateman as David, and Simona Brown as Louise. I think all of these actors did a superb job, and I've got no doubt that we'll be seeing them again in the near future. I thought that the cinematography was visually stunning, and I really enjoyed the neo-gothic kind of feel that we got. Now, the first 3 or 4 episodes totally hooked me, and I really enjoyed them, which ended up in me binging the whole series in one sitting. And as the story went deeper down the rabbit hole, it had me playing the guessing game, what's going to happen in the end. Unfortunately, by the 4th episode, it didn't go in the direction that I hoped it would, and it took an unexpected turn in the form of astral projection. Now, this is leaving your body and entering the kind of spirit realm, and it gave it like a supernatural feel. Now, if I'd have known this at the beginning, then I wouldn't have bothered, because as soon as the scene that enlightened that kind of aspect of things, I just thought, for fuck's sake, I wish that I hadn't bothered. I think it could have spiraled out of control using a whole different number of avenues, but unfortunately it just felt like lazy writing, and I was left disappointed. The whole thing with a spirit going in between different people's bodies isn't a new concept, and we saw that in 1998 in the film Fallen with Denzel Washington, and that definitely did it right. Now, the character development in Behind Her Eyes was relatively good, and I was happy the way that it was going for the first half of the series, but then by the 4th and 5th episodes, it just felt like all of the characters were a bit schizophrenic, and it just felt a little bit too rushed. So we could have had maybe another 2 episodes, because it was changing so much at a rapid pace that it just didn't feel realistic. I thought that the ending was a bit disappointing, really. I mean, all along it was Rob in different people's bodies, and then he won in the end. But again, we've seen it in other films, and it just didn't feel very original, and just like feeling a bit disappointed by the whole thing, to be honest. It would have been good if the series was consistent and they'd started the supernatural thing right at the beginning and just been open and honest with the audience about it, rather than starting it halfway through, because I just was not a fan of this. I personally doubt that they'll go for another series of this show, and I do think it's a bad idea. But if you did enjoy this show, then there are other shows out there like this, such as Losing Alice and Tell Me Your Secrets, which also has similar themes. I'd give Behind Her Eyes a 5 out of 10. I love the neo-gothic feel to the cinematography. Themes such as addiction were handled relatively well, and the actors delivered convincing performances. Unfortunately, the genre changes too dramatically. The twist wasn't original or necessary, and the character development came to a halt towards the end when it should have sped up. What was your opinion of Behind Her Eyes? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and keep it here where the truth hurts.